We are going to start by making the introduction of the executive as usual. Nunal, Mr. Wale from 2ND.NOVEMBER, please come up. A round of applause, please. Thank you. You're welcome. Nunal, Mr. Nusa from Udine. He's also the Secretary General of the Nigerian Community. You're welcome, sir. God bless you. Vice President, who also double as the President of Ancona, Nigerian Community Ancona, Mr. Isima, please. You're welcome, VP. There are 6 places there, so that we can be able to stay in uniform. Thank you. Without wasting much time, I want to invite in on the table our able president, our indefatigable president, in the name of Samson Hodge. Please, a round of applause. You're welcome, Mr. President. You people should not worry. This is not how our meeting used to sound. I believe that as we progress, your body will start, acclimatizing the area. You're welcome, Mr. President. There is also supposed to be the incumbent president, the host president, but I believe he's on his way. And when he arrives, we'll be able to invite him also to the please. And as our agenda suggests, we're going to have an opening prayer. Pastor, ordained Reverend Father, ordained Reverend Sister, ordained a man or woman of God, please. We would like to give you the honor to present this day to God. When I don't say when Nigerians day, it is not easy like that. We always anticipate that Nigerians know how to express themselves. But I know that with God, we always supersede every problem, surmount all obstacles. So please, I would like to invite a person. And if nobody wants to show up, I will be forced to appoint somebody to come and say a prayer, opening prayer for us. So please, come forward, okay? Thank you very much. Thank you.
Let's give God just a short song before we start our prayers. Amen, amen. Blessings and glory, wisdom, thanksgiving, and honor, power and might be unto the Lord forever and ever. Amen, amen, amen. Wisdom, thanksgiving, and honor, power and might belongs to the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Father, in the name of Jesus, amen. Father, we magnify your name, we exalt your name, we glorify your name. We thank you because you are the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. We thank you because you are the beginning and the end. We thank you because you are the I am that I am. Father, we thank you for all you've been doing for us, and we thank you for the way you lead us to this place, Father, King of Heaven. Father, we thank you because there's no one like you. You drove us all to this place, Father, without no accident. Father, we bless your name, we magnify your name. They not do today, here today. Father, King of Glory, come and be with us in the name of Jesus. Amen. Oh Lord, Father, King of Glory, as we are here today, Father, whatever we are going to discuss and whatever we are going to do here today will be in our favors in the name of Jesus. Amen. Oh Lord, we pray and say that you lead us safely in the name of Jesus. Amen. We secure everything we are going to do here with the blood of Jesus. We pray that you come down and take absolute control, King of Glory, because there's no one like you. Amen. We say thank you for all you've done for us. Because Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen.
Thank you very much. Big round of applause for you, please. Thank you so very much. Or sing it, not saying it, but sing it. Our national, and very loudly, okay? So please, do we need a lead singer? No, maybe I should do that. So we start. 1, 2, go. Arise, O compatriots. To respectfully invite our special guest of honor today, and I will please beg you, as he's arriving, let us all be in our feet and welcome him and show him how this is done. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome His Excellency, Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of Federal Republic of Nigeria, Younger Haina. A round of applause as he's coming, please. Thank you, please come. And we have never had any ambassador like him before. This is the first time we are having an ambassador in Nunal Congress. He's coming, he's on his way. I don't think they are tired. Please, a round of applause. If you look behind, you will see a very wide speech because he's always smiling. Yeah? So please, let's welcome our ambassador. Thank you very much. Let's continue. You've eaten enough. Let's show him the energy. What we are made of.
Thank you very much.
His Excellency, sir. You're welcome. You're welcome, sir.
It's my pleasure to be with you people. You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. My Oga, how are you? Well done. Okay. This big man. I'm high table, so I'm with the high table today. Oga something. So wait. I'm with something. Yeah. No problem.
So as the ambassador is taking his seat, I want to take the pleasure also to invite the host president of the community, the president of Association of Nigerian Congo and Progress, Mr. and His Excellency, you can do Amos. A round of applause, please. Let's go. Show them some love. Yeah? I'm still looking forward to see your members here, Mr. President, because it's like what we have here are just the delegates. Stand up, introduce yourself, and be welcomed. Thank you very much. Thank you. Welcome, sir. Please mind you, whether you are Nigerian community or union or association or whatever, I'm just going to basic Nigerian association. So don't. Hello, please bear with me. Nigerian association, Modena. We move on. Nigerian union, Udine. I tell them now.
Yeah, solely represented by secretary.
All right. Please, can we do this? Nigerian association, Genova.
Good afternoon. My name is Jeff Karim from Genova. Lady first. Okay.
Honestly. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Frida Munet from Geneva.
You're welcome. Please, a round of applause. And I know one of the reasons why they live in our food. You can sit down now. One of the reasons why you eat food as soon as you come to the Nunal Congress, because you have a lot of energy to dissipate, so you don't have to complain. Let us make this place lively again. Huh?
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is A.N.C.P, the president of the Nigerian community in November and Province. Thank you.
You're welcome.
My name is Rita. Thank you all. Rita is the name. Thank you all.
You're welcome, Mr. Rita. Nigerian community, Manitoba.
Hi everyone, my name is Samuel Akishbara, Secretary General Manitoba. The president is not around because of the humanitarian services in Nigeria. He said it's a pleasure to everyone. Thank you all.
Nigerian Association, Ferrara.
Good afternoon, His Excellency, ladies and gentlemen. My name is A.N.C.P, President of Nigerian Association Ferrara and Province. I'm here with one of my delegates, Mr. Michael Bamboshi. Thank you.
You're welcome, President. Nigerian Association, Napoli. I believe they are on their way.
Mr. Emeka Osuji, President, and with the other delegates, the Vice President and the Treasurer.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Nigerian Union, Milan.
Good evening, Your Excellency, and also delegates and presidents from Nigerian communities all over Italy. My name is Ezenwa Mwokoro, the President of Nigerian Union, Milan, and I'm here with 3 other of our delegates and 3 more are coming. So now we have Mohammed Talit, that is our Vice President. We have our Assistant Women Leader, Esther Osagie. We have I call him our Secretary of State, Mr. Saunders Thompson. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, man. Nigerian Union, Roma, Lazio. Nigerian Union, Rome. Firenze. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Call all of them down here.
They will be coming down soon.
On behalf of member of Nigerian Association Command Province, okay, my president is here, so let me just calm down.
Carry on, you can speak.
Okay, I am Mark Johanna, the Public Relations Officer of this great association, Congo branch. Your Excellency, the Ambassador, the Nunal President, members and the executive of Nunal, the delegates of great associations of Nigeria, you are all welcome to Congo province.
Thank you very much. Nigerian Association, Pezaro.
Good afternoon, everybody. All protocols observed. My name is Steve Owazi, the Vice President, President, Nigerian Community. And of course, I have to give to one of the national executive officer. She has to do an introduction.
Obeten Martina, Secretary, ex-Nunal member.
My name is Daniel Okendo,
Treasurer.
the Treasurer.
Thank you very much, Pezaro. You're highly welcome. Absent. Nigerian Association, Palermo. Nigerian Association, Bologna.
Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mr. Boro Charles, the President of the Nigerian Community, Bologna and Province. With me are Bologna representative delegate, By my right, the Vice President, Mrs. Doris Okafor, and Mr. Roland Ntokumba, the ex-president of the Indian Community, Bologna Province, and by my left, Mr. Benjamin from Bologna. Great Nigeria.
Great, thank you very much. You're welcome. Nigerian Association, Venice, absent. Padova, absent. And last but not the least, Nigerian Association, Abruzzo. They are not here. So please, I don't know.
We are too small to be forgotten.
Of course, you're mighty. I'm sorry, President. I wanted to just ask if I have forgotten a lot. But it's not as if your name is not here. Please, Nigerian Association, Trento. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Miss Patience Charles Aweriba, the president of Trento, and I'm here alone, like usual.
You're highly welcome to Mado. You're highly welcome. I'm able to rectify that. Thank you very much, President Community. His Excellency, or Field Marshal, I don't know which one, but anyhow, you're welcome, sir. Please come and deliver your speech. Thank you very much.
Unity.
A.N.C.P.
Peace and unity.
Peace and unity.
A.N.C.P.
Your Excellency, the Ambassador of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to Italy, the Honorable President of Nunal, Presidents of various communities in Italy, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. The Association of Nigeria, Como and Province, A.N.C.P. in particular, and the entire Nigeria citizens in Como, welcome all of you to this great Nunal Extraordinary Congress edition. The A.N.C.P. as a new entrant in the Nunal family appreciate the support and encouragement from the President in particular and the Nunal family in general. It is a great pleasure and opportunity to be in the family, working for the progress of all Nigerians, irrespective of tongues and tribes, as one entity. The A.N.C.P. was registered and inaugurated just a year and some months ago. But to God be the glory, with the erudite and vibrant young men and women that God has given to me as co-piloters of the affairs of the association, we are doing great. Although with some little bumpy rides, which is normal to any organization. We have 4 principles that are really strengthening us in this very association, which are accountability, efficiency, effectiveness, and transparency. Moreover, equal right and justice to all. Please, I plead with everyone sitting here today to be of good comportment and tranquility, so that at the end of the day, we will make the Congress a success. Permit me to quickly appreciate a great man in our midst, who is the representative of the Nigerian government in Italy, and special guest of honor for this great occasion of Nunal Congress. Is no other person than His Excellency Ambassador Yusuf Jongahina, the Ambassador of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to Italy. We appreciate your coming, sir. Even upon your tight schedule, you are here today. We love you, sir, and you are highly welcome to our community. I welcome all of you once again to this great occasion. God bless A.N.C.P., God bless Nunal, God bless Como, and God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable. Without wasting much time, we move to the next agenda, and that is the reading of the last meeting's minutes. Mr. Secretary.
Started with the introduction of the executives by the National PRO, Mr. Uchi, at about 2:55 p.m. as against 1 p.m. The opening prayer was led by Mrs. Vicky, and the national anthem followed. There was a minute silence for late Mr. Osaibogo, who lost his life, and many others untimely deaths in Nigeria. Proceeding, the host presented a speech to Dr. Sonny Obi on behalf of the President, who appreciated Nigeria's presence to Geneva and solicited for maximum support and cooperation for Nunal, and was full of praise for the present administration. The minister was here read, and before the abduction, the Nunal Vice President, Mr. Sima, queried a section which concerns taking pensions anywhere, noting it is still under review. Mr. Adebayo Festus finally moved the abduction, seconded by Honorable Ezewa. Mr. Adebayo again called for the due respect for Honorable Ezewa. Continuing, the Nunal President, Mr. Samson urged, thank all present and use the opportunity to inform the House that as part of the government's effort to alleviate our suffering, the mobile scanning is in progress and currently in Parliament, although they will have encountered problems with their machines. The President emphasized it has started and will continue. The propaganda by one Mrs. Gladys on YouTube against Nunal is however not true and could be sued for slanderous. The national ID, according to the President, is very necessary and it has started. For now, available records shows Nigeria's resident in Italy is about 106,000 and the contract for the exercise has been awarded. On Nigeria's personality profile, Mr. Adebayo Festus was applauded for his effort to assist humanity, while the ambassador, His Excellency Yusuf, was appreciated for his meekness and his desire to the welfare of all Nigerians. President Samson advised Nigerians not to engage in unnecessary protests and confrontations, noting there is nothing like peaceful dialogue, he stressed. On efficiency, Italy-Nigeria embassy is most because the catering machine meant for 70 in a day now work 120 due to pressure. It was appreciated. The Nigerian community Como was applauded for their high level of hospitality. On business, the ambassador agreed to open a chamber of commerce, and Mr. Sima Mike and Mrs. Benjamin nominated for his promotions. It was also revealed that entrepreneurship has started and all interests sent in their email. 2 committees is on course, the event and the by-election. On the constitutional review, Article 10 of the Constitution was amended. Elections shall be held at the second to the last meeting of the current administration. Section 2, Electoral Committee will be functional for 3 months and will be dissolved if contravening any regulations spelled out. Article 10 has Section 4, 5, and 6 as stated, while the 5 years resident for all officers are settled. Mr. Osaseni from Makona sued for maximum commitment before desiring to contest, noting it is not milk and honey. The President finally refers all issues as it concerns election to the Electoral Committee for necessary action. Vice President Sima suggested only Nigeria with a single identity be accepted by the Electoral Committee, but President Hodge demanded Nigeria offers dual citizenship. More so, as a trench in the Nunal Constitution, no region can produce 2 national officers, he re-echoed. All candidacy be left to the electoral guidelines as our constitutions as amended prevail. Still interfering on the electoral procedure, the House suggested any unopposed candidate should also stand up for election, and where a two-thirds majority vote face no winning declaration. The Vice President, Mr. Isima, against this, according to him, it contradicts the international law. A vote was taken either a simple majority or a two-thirds majority. Two-thirds majority vote wins. Also, all candidates must have their candidacy authenticated by their associations. Finally, the national officers from the by-elections will have their terms in office terminated along with the incumbent. An Italian barrister from Napoli in the company of Mr. Mike were appreciated for their services to humanity and advised Nigerians to use them. He reminded all Mr. Mike is the chairman business committee. It was agreed the by-election should be in September, all things being equal, and Como the next host. A group pictures taken for our website, and President invited all for this year independence. The host, Genova, presented a well-designed cake to commemorate Nunal's presence in Genova. The Nigeria Community Como, through the President, Honorable Amos, thanked all through his vote and again took the hosting right. Responding, the President Nunal appreciated Como for defining themselves as good ambassadors of Nigeria and which they are emulated. Engineer Ayahu was highly appreciated for his contributions. Mrs. Ann Abu was nominated along Mrs. Kingsley, Mr. Emeka Amos, and Mr. Ezewan, and the Vice President and the Federal President as Project Committee. The closing prayer was said by Evangelist Ogaga after the adjournment by the Federal President, seconded by Mark Tuval accepted. Meeting ended after the cake by 5:30 p.m. That's all, Mr.
Thank you, thank you. I'm already along with this microphone. Please, a round of applause. Can we clap for me? I know you have a lot of things to say, you have a lot of corrections to make, but he has just read something now, and we really appreciate that. Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary General. So, as our constitution permits, we are going to give you the rule for those people who attended last meeting that we never discussed. Please indicate so that we will remove it immediately from our minute book. Give him the microphone.
The President, it's not Adebayo, it's Adedayo.
To go back to where you mentioned that I make a proposal about a single citizen that should be accepted. I never made something such a proposal because I know that Nigerians have dual citizenship. Correction. The second, you put down there that during election, some positions, simple majorities apply. Some positions, 2/3 is required. What I said was, in Nunal Constitution, we shouldn't fix anything that is contrary to Nigerian law, Italian law, and international law. That thing people voted is contrary. We should remove it. That was my point. And I still insist. Hold on, that's your position.
He was quoting the international law and the United Nations law, and even Como law.
But it was not accepted.
No, it's not been accepted. In this our administration, we've already introduced a lot of new members to Nunal because of the kind of work the president and his executives are doing. We go around preaching the unity. We go around trying to fix the image of Nigerians. And because of that, Nunal is beginning to attract new members. All those areas where there were never in existence of Nigerian community, they are coming together because they have heard such a marvelous work we are doing. So having said that, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Nigerian Association Monza and Brianza. Every represented here by Ije Odua. I think I'm called. No, don't give me the microphone yet. Don't worry, I'll let you know. They are just here to inform us what is going on. In fact, the executive were already aware of that, but we asked them, just like not long ago we did that to Como when they came to the meeting, even though they were never registered. But this is how we do those things. So he is here for us to be able to get more information on the requirements and what will now legally bind them to Nunal. So that is not what we will stand here to discuss. We just want to recognize you. In our constitution, we don't have to give you the microphone yet until you pay your dues. So you're highly welcome. Thank you. Then after the meeting, I have your email and everything. The secretary and I will send you, will fund you all the information you need. On that note, I would like to invite the Honorable President of Nunal, Mr. Samson Hodge, to give his speech. Thank you very much.
Great Nigerians. Great Nigerians. Great Nigerians. His Excellency, the plenipotentiary, the Ambassador Extraordinary of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Ambassador Yusuf Jonga Haina, you're highly welcome. The Vice President of Nunal, secretary and the rest of the retinue, and the host president, president of various provincial communities and their delegates, and also and special friends of Nigeria and special guests who are here today. Mine is not going to go in the sense of a written speech, but I'm highly delighted once again that after we've met in Geneva, all of us are here healthy and hearty to deliberate on various issues that concerns us, our welfare, and as a people are living in Italy. Today, in my mind, is termed como extraordinary. In the history of our Congress and other administrations before now, maybe let us boast a little bit that we have never had an ambassador present in our deliberation, except when we have the ministers, because moving an ambassador from his base usually take a lot of things and there's a cost to it. So I think we are privileged to have him in our midst today. I want to thank the effort so far made by the Nunal executives, the host community in particular, for giving us a space where we're here now talking about issues concerning us. It hasn't been easy, but to the common eyes, it sounds easy. Like I said, my appreciation has gone very fervently to him and the host. I believe we had our meeting started by 2:55 in Geneva. Today it started by 1:35. What is that? What are those who are moving forward? And our train, like I said, is a fast-moving one. If it's not French agent, it's a French rose. So you better now buy your ticket ahead of time. Let me also join hands in welcoming the Nigerian community, work in progress from Monza, like the EBOPRO. There is also a Nigerian community, Nigerian citizens all in Sardinia and Canary. They are also coming back also to join the train. Unfortunately, they are not here today, but as we move on, definitely we will know their profile more. And I enjoy the people in Monza to keep on doing what they're doing. Barely, probably, like he said, Como not been too long ago, is hosting the whole Nigerians. There we will observe and know what they're doing, so that we don't go in and say Nigerian community and they gather up and become gangsters. When we go there, they mob us. So we want to be sure there will be a very good forensic and information before. That's why the PRO announced it that way. While today is extraordinary, I won't waste too much time, but I would like to thank His Excellency for, since upon arrival in this country on his mission, has endeared so much and asking for the unity of Nigeria. That is something extraordinary, I mean. And we have succeeded today. Before we were elected, issues that do with skirmishes and community problems. Today we've been able to put Bologna and province together. I think that I can see now they have an executive. Whether you want to call it a perfect one or an imperfect one, the point is that there is a community in Bologna. And I think it deserves an applause because family. That did not end there. He further moved his emissary of peace towards Palermo. Palermo was a place where if you go, you ask yourself, are we in a new pocket of war? But today, finally, Palermo itself has come together and even has received the first consular and immigration services. I think it's a plus also. To make sure to give that service he wanted, he had to pay extra for immigrations from London to come and join here and go to Palermo. And he had to ride on a ship with us to be able to accommodate because of the scarce resources. I think that is so the committee chairman who is working on immigration has tirelessly worked both from here travel to Nigeria. If you remember, a Nigerian who was killed in Lecce, he became even a news and got viral. His Excellency didn't waste time to direct that letters that should be written. I believe the chairman in charge will explain more. But what I'm telling you now, we have got to the point where very soon a Nunal star will be granted to the wife in Nigeria to come over to Italy and claim the child. That is a wonderful effort. It's personal. There are going to be some issues that we will highlight because we don't usually meet all the time. This might be the last Congress for the year 2019. So we'll use the opportunity to give what we call a concise update to our people. So I'm using this opportunity, talking now so that I can do it once and not do it more. His Excellency, our speech, we cannot enumerate so far that you have been engaged with Nunal. And let me also explain that upon his mission, purely NIDO was more or less on the platform on which the Nigerian government was dealing with Nigerians in diaspora. But His Excellency came in his wisdom, decided to what? To work hand in hand with the Nigerians he met on the ground. Maybe because of the information was not too clear. And upon our meeting with him, he quickly did not waste time. That the MOU we signed in on 29 February 2016 at the embassy, it will be, this thing has been sent to a lot of people anyway. His Excellency quickly adopted it as a working document, which is a working document in progress, but stands in as what has today binded the need for Nigerian welfare. And therefore, we have been working on this, and it has been going well, in as much as there are gray areas to be touched, especially at the consular area. Remember also, His Excellency, we mentioned also on the pension scheme. And because that the past ambassador also took it to the point where they took it and left it that pensions can only be received for those who are here, and I don't think much could be done. But His Excellency said no, there is nothing that has no solution. In his wisdom, he gave his officers directives and they went into work. And this is also part of the work in progress, if you believe what the VP said, that is still under review yet. Because as the government of Italy comes, they come and change, and some of their policies also do change, especially towards anything physical policy. So it's a work in progress. But thank you, His Excellency, so far for trying to reopen that. We did not always stop at that. If anybody remembers who has been following Nunal, by 2004 to 14, the business committee was created, headed by Honorable S.N.1, and there was a submitted project on how to engage on that business conference. That business conference ended up into merging up to become the Expo 2014. If you know that Expo 2014, after Italy, the next 2020 is Dubai. So we lost an opportunity for that to happen. And we continue with our administration when we came on board, engaged with Ambassador who looked at it and saw it as a very viable opportunity for us to go, not just for the investment drive, but also for our image as Nigerians, because there was a damaging propaganda going on in the country politically for a new government. And we realized that on the 26th, 27th, 28th, a whopping 3 days conference after a much painstaking plan, And Ambassador did not also exclude anybody, but he put us on the front burner. The first time we are having Nigerian-Italian business forum in this country, with a whopping crowd of close to about 200 investors from Italians and over 60, if I'm wrong, correct me, 50 delegates from different ministries in Nigeria who are here present. That is something to give an applause for us. He did not stop at that. We wanted to leverage further on that because after that, there have been several visits of the Nigerian government organs. Maybe because we are not fully aware, because one of the areas, Excellency, we're having problem is no media. Who says what we're doing here? All you see on TV is London and America, Canada, and we won't know that we're doing something here. That has subsequently enhanced the visit of a lot of government officials in terms of seeing this place as a world, as an avenue to which we can bring back and also form a better relationship with the host country, Italy. Maybe in his speech, we will probably tell you those have come, governors have come, government MDs have been here, various parastatals and other things have been there. This would not have been possible if we didn't have a very good platform of the Nunal. Maybe some people think Nunal is about when you stay at the provincial area, you talk about meetings of things that are not issues. No. We engage in issues that has to do with the state, the people, and the country where we come from. So it's a very serious business. I would like that in future we'll also be shopping for leaders who understand the importance of what it means to represent a nation. So I thank His Excellency for that wonderful job you're doing. Then also, we moved into negotiating. It has been also a work in progress. The Nigerian Italian Chamber of Commerce. We have been engaged there, and he did not waste time to give a fiat approval on that. But you know, to have Nigerian Italian Chamber of Commerce, he has to go through stages. And because we don't have the Nigerian Italian Chamber of Commerce, we found out that he has not also been helping some of the Nigerians who are running small businesses because there are benefits to that. And the point is that we don't have this information. You wouldn't know. We run the regular thing of running shops. You wouldn't even know how you anchor your shop so that tomorrow your shop can have a better equity in case something happens. So you need to be well grounded to understand that, and you need this kind of platform. So eventually our research tells that the Chamber of Commerce cannot kick off automatic. He has to have his working process before he gets there. So, but it is a work in progress, and he has given an approval to that. In no time soon, you shall see the directors of this noble venture, and we kick into action. I would also like also to His Excellency of a matter of interest. When we came on board, we have been creating various ad hoc committees that will help to further enhance the administration and so that Nigerians can feel the impact of what we're doing. And then we created a few ones like the electoral committee, because we knew that our documents required a lot of perusing. And that we have had the constitutional committee, constitutional amendment committee, rather, because our constitution was done when this country was in the currency of lira. And eventually it has gone to the millennium of the 2000 dollar world. So that tomorrow, if eventually we contravene, we know that we are aware of certain things. And that has to do also to help prepare the way of our internal office of how we should function. And you know, at the time this thing was happening, the election was also there. So then we were having almost like having impediment. But that is not to say that the election didn't hold. It held within the best provisions of the Constitution, and now the amendment has gone far. You can see that probably when you had the minutes, we had elections, and that election is a by-election. Our Constitution earlier on did not have a provision for a by-election. So we had to first of all enact a law that can also empower that. But in empowering that by-election, we also have to be careful as not to make mistakes that brought us back in the first place. Because the law is a respecter of a nobody. And if we are not there to do it, tomorrow there will be steps so that we can clear some doubts about certain things we say and certain things we are informed of. So the constitutional amendment will come during the time for presentations. And in that, he has traveled to a lot of communities. I believe we are tested, and he will still travel to some other communities to further strengthen not just the Nigerian unity, but to further also place us in the map of this country, that we are a country to reckon with. And I think on that note, I would like for us to give him a very sounding applause. His Excellency, that is not to say also that in your walks and one of the areas where you travel, you met some business initiatives, the Italian African Business Week, and you were very angered that how can countries be there and Nigeria is not there. You called my attention. Quickly, it was discussed. I believe also people who are representing that will come and talk about it. But I will tell you, they are very, very engaged with us. This time around, it's not being hosted now in Rome. It is going to be hosted in Milan. So those who are within that region will benefit from there. Somewhere on the 4th again, let me remind you that we engaged on the 4Impact. 4Impact is an organization run on initiative of Letitia Moratti, and our embassy was invited, Nigeria was invited, our ambassador was a special guest speaker, and anybody who attended it will be very proud of Nigeria in A.N.C.P. Lombardia. We knew that as Nigeria we stood out, and His Excellency delivered, I think, what I would call in my best interest. I don't know whether he was a lecturer, but probably he will tell us. He bamboozled the crowd. In fact, the Cameroonians who came to sign MOU were afraid to sign it again. Yes, because let me tell you, when you don't participate, you won't know what we're talking about. But his appearance made that to become the president of the A.N.C.P. Lombardia has been asking for more of our engagement. They intend to train Nigerians. Remember, they are going to have 20 universities from Africa. In all these African countries, they choose one. It's only Nigeria they choose 2 universities. And in doing that, His Excellency, in our small way, we looked at Schengen Magazine, who is present here with us. You see, let me tell you, no matter how you think we are not doing, we are doing well. If we see our brother doing anything, promote him. He is not the perfect of all. But so far, in the media today, when they see us, if they don't read anything, they are watching our pictures. So when you come here, comport yourself well and go. Come and take the magazine. So if you buy one and give your children, tell them to watch you where you appear there, even when you know what you are saying and when you don't know what you are saying. Just tell them that you are part of it. Why I say that is that, you know, it might not sound well, but the best we can, because we don't have so much amount of money to go in there and shop for that bigger news media that will give us all we want. So the one best we have, we manage it. We don't want to come here and tell you how we have been struggling that effort. I think on this note, I will stop here. There are going to be time for His Excellency, and probably we'll get into our meeting. Thank you very much. God bless Nigeria. Even if it's not 100% truth,
at least 80% true. Let me not just go too far. So please, a round of applause for our president. Thank you, sir. We are going to move to the next agenda, and that is the developmental reports on the electoral committee reports and the constitutional review reports. So, Mr. President, please, I will take a permission from you and ask you to give me the opportunity to call on the constitutional review report first, because a member of that committee who resides in where is it, Luxembourg, I don't know where they call it. Yeah, she comes from very far place, and the president of Trento will soon be on her way, and she's a member of that committee. So we would like to present the constitution first before the electoral body will come up. Please, one of the constitutional amendment committee, and I would like to quickly call on other members to come up. The secretary, the president of Trento, please can you join me here? He is the president of PAMA, Nigerian Community PAMA. Mr. Emeka, please. But all the work we did it together. So we will go on and represent all the names of the delegates here. When I call anyone, you hand over to them the amendment copy so that they take it home. They study it, just like we have always done. This is the third time we are doing this, because we did not go through the constitution at the same time. So right from our meeting in Firenze, we've been giving out a part amended constitution for people to take home, study it, and make their inputs. So far, some people have been sending their reports, and so far, most people are ignoring us. We start from Pezalo. Raise your hand off so that we'll give you one. Raise your hand off. You'll hand over one to you. We are doing this to avoid unnecessary Mantova by your side there. Novara. Thank you. Milan. Then Genova, I believe. Bologna. Ferrara. Trento is not around here. Give me one for Como, the president. Yeah. Como. Ancona. Just the present ones, the delegates that are present. Am I missed anyone? I don't think so. During our meeting in Firenze, the members, the Nunal delegates, have been agitating for the offices, the executives in Nunal to be completed, because we are, for now, we are still 5 members in the executive, while our constitution states that we will have up to 11 or 12 members of executives. So we went through the election, we went through our constitution, but there was no provision for by-election. So, but before that agitation, the electoral committee and the constitution committee has already been formed by the assembly in Parma, if I remember very well. And the executive now asks the constitutional committee, amendment committee, to look in a way whereby we can be able to, first of all, start off with amending the Electoral Act that can be able to give us the power to conduct the by-election. That Electoral Act, which you will find as on the Act 11 of the Constitution, the new one, the one you have in your hands, was read out in Genova, the last meeting we had, and was approved. And that emanates the formation of an electoral committee that gives the executive and the assembly the power to be able to form the electoral committee for by-election. So after our report today, we are still going to call the electoral committee to give on their report. But the constitutional committee don't have much to say. Our work has been done. Of course, it's still in process because we are still going to collect all the ideas. And I want to please plead with you, for those people who set in their proposal, their opinions, their critics, and whatever is it that you send to the Constitutional Committee, if you don't see those things in the Constitution as you ask, bear in mind that it's not everything that appears in the Constitution. There are what we call bylaws also. The Constitution is just the foundation, it's something, it's a guideline that protects an association, an organization. And then, in terms of laws are being created every day by day. And that is why even in the country you have House of Assembly who makes law every day. It's not everything that you have in the Constitution. So those ideas, later on, we are still going to collate all of them and also have our manual as a bylaw of Nunal, which of course is not going to go contrary to our Constitution. So please, we have officially submitted our report to the executives, and now we are giving it to the delegates. And we believe that later on, they are going to communicate to us on the way forward and how we are going to be able to, whether correction or we approve the Constitution and move on to another thing. Thank you, Mr. President. I don't know if you, Mr. Meka. All right. You say has covered his ground. Please, is Madam Trento here yet? No. She's not around. In fact, she sent me a message that she's going. So I don't know, but I believe I'm speaking also her mind. So so far.
This is free of charge. You clap for them at least, amen. So that they can encourage. You know, I want to also, like we've mentioned on this constitution, His Excellency, today this meeting centers on you. In as much as Nunal is having their Congress, I will say why. You know, he has been so passionate to see that the Nigerian community we have in this country is of one and very strong, and anything to move it forward. I might not be able to emphasize all he has told me. I'm not saying all these things because he is present. I'm saying it because I have seen it. And I tell you, may we continue to pray for him good health. Amen. Pray for him more wisdom. Amen. And he is here to even achieve what he wants to achieve in life. These are very small. He is somebody who is a community man, because if it's here to only do his jobs in description, he knows the limit of which he will attend to it. But he's a community man. Anybody who sees him when he comes in can testify. I don't need to say it. You know, the Bible is always telling you something. Blessed are the humble. Because even when you are humble, you will be lifted. And it is when you are lifted, you can be able to see God. Because you can't see God when you are down. Or when you're deciding you want to be higher than him. I am telling you the truth. We are giving this job to serve. Don't look at me when they say President of Nunal. I know I am the President of Nunal, but I'm your servant leader. A first steward. And why do I stand so strong in whatever I do? I am holding this position on public trust. Therefore, whatever I do, I should take responsibility. That's why even when I disagree with my executives, I still find way to find out where they make positive input, and I agree. And we work as a team. It is not about Samson. Yes, Samson can be there, but this is more than me. Before me, there was Nunal, and after me, there will be Nunal. And therefore, I will not be part. And she made a passionate plea. Everybody could understand what was going on because Nunal needed a new build. Before then, there were 31st of March 2010 by May in Venice, in San Donato, where you went on inspection. That was where the new Nunal you are seeing today was actually born for a reform. But that don't end up in the problems we always have. That 2010 with the short committee took us so long. You will see that because of this constitutional issue, we have been so much in a big problem, because each time it comes up, because it was not attended to, we find ourselves in jam law. This constitution is very important. Why is it important? Because you will raise some people who will like to come to cut corner other things and see the loopholes and take advantage of it. He ends up creating bad blood. That was why we were faced with the same thing you had somewhere by 2013 when we came on board. And today was the clamor. That is the recommendation of the last electoral committee. Even when we had elections to go to Bologna now became an issue. This Bologna did not do that with bad intention. It is agreed that our elections should be done in every Nunal General Assembly. True or false? At the last 6 months of our meeting. But eventually, when these things were not followed, he brought us into a problem. Now we eventually had to even go to Bologna. We insisted because Bologna has taken the right of host. Election had to go on. So many things happened for election to go. And in the same thing, Bologna became an issue for us. So most times, it is not something we want to come and debate. We are not talking about Bologna as what brought about the issue. I want to let you know that even when the Bologna, who was the host, they did not participate in the election because of the problems they were internally having. For Nunal to move on, they had to be exempted from the election under the condition of a General Assembly. And therefore, we have also been trying to now give priority to constitutionally empower it again, so that those whom they have the opportunity can have the opportunity. That's where we are. Upon your coming, you delegated the minister at the time. And in our constitution says the embassy is always part of the observation in our work. And they gave their candid opinion. Luckily, the representative was a good lawyer. So because of our legal expertise, he said if the assembly has agreed that you have a community that is problematic, that their problem is internal, that they will be exempted from election, and therefore election moved on. So Bologna did not even contribute a vote, neither did they even participate as candidates in the election. But that is not to say we will remain in sin so that the grace of God can multiply communities. So we want to thank everybody who has been following and participating for your community. They don't know the sacrifices you do. We all know. And one day we shall be applauded with that. Thank you very much, the Constitutional Committee. Thank you. Now, I equally, the PRO, the Electoral Committee is coming to give us a report, after which we'll go into the business of the day. All this will be done in few minutes. We want now, snappy. This meeting must end before 4, latest 4:15. We do that thing, so we'll do it there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. Please, this is the 10th member of the Secretary of the Constitutional Committee. A round of applause to her. And she's also the President of Nigerian Community, Trento. You're welcome. Please, Mr. President, I was just informed that a lot of members here are feeling a little bit cold, but they have just on the scadamento, so you know how big this place is. It's going to take time for this place to scatter. Maybe before, even after we left, they have not even. Maybe that has remained. You're feeling, I'm very, in fact, if I look at your faces, I see a lot of curiosity. I know the patience, okay? Just be patient. And having His Excellency here, it's not an easy thing. I know you people want to bombard him with some questions, but we'll get to that. That is why we are rushing to do the most important thing first before we enter into answering and questioning. So I want to invite the Electoral Committee to give their report. The President of November, who is also the Chairman of the Electoral Committee, please. No, you should come up here. Please, thank you. Mr. Megan, are you again? Welcome.
When you are an obedient servant, it's always the case.
All right.
Hello. Great Nigerians. Great Nigerians.
Great.
Once again, you're all welcome to this General Congress. Your Excellency, sir, you are welcome. And my fellow presidents in the House and all delegates, you are welcome to today's meeting. My name is Kingsley Omobide, the president of the Nigerian community, November province. And I have my members of my committee. They are here. I will pass the mic to them to also introduce themselves.
My name is Emeka Usuji, president of the Nigerian community, Pama. Have served Nunal for several years. I'm here again.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ms. A.N.C.P, president of Ferrara Association.
Thank you very much. Without wasting much of the time, I would just like to give our report for the assignment that was given to us by the Nunal leadership and the General Congress. Report of the National Electoral Committee. Once again, with the members of the Electoral Committee and the chairman, Mr. Mobude, president of Novara Community, Novara and Province, thank the leaders of Nunal, that's the National Union of Nigerians Association in Italy, and the General Congress for giving us the privilege to serve Nigerians in Italy. We were mandated to conduct the by-election scheduled to take place in the next Nunal General Meeting in Como, which is today. But after due consideration by the Electoral Committee and to act in the best interest of all Nigerians, we deemed it necessary to call off the by-election. That was to be conducted alongside the general meeting in Como. So, ladies and gentlemen, the by-election that was supposed to be held today has been called off. It was pertinent to take this decision based on our findings that are stated below. 1. The newly amended Constitution, Article 10, states no region of Italy shall produce 2 national officers. In view of this provision of the Constitution, the supposed candidates were 1 person from Ancona, 2 persons from Bologna, and 2 persons also from Parma. They were hereby denied the right to contest any position in Nunal. Number 2, most of the communities or associations are not up to date in their annual dues. Number 3, for the purpose of good record and in compliance with the authority of Italy and to avoid litigation from any party, our recommendation. We strongly advise that the National Union of Nigerian Association in Italy, Nunal, and the General Congress should revisit the election provisions of the Constitution to create more possibility for Nigerians with good intention, integrity to serve at the national level. We also recommend that the amendment provision of the Constitution should be submitted or deposited with official de-entrata for authentication before any by-election. Thank you. God bless Nigeria. God bless Nunal.
Thank you very much, Mr. President and the Chairman. Before the President arrives for his presentation, I would like to correct something, please, that the President just mentioned. Because the Secretary read it also this morning when he was going through the minutes.
I believe your reports, I don't know whether I have submitted it to the Secretary, have you? Yes. What you read? Yes. If you have not, probably that would be very good because when you see a transparent wall, you can tell it. You don't need, that's why I'm talking about cutting corners. And if there were things he mentioned and you know that they were not the same thing you are trying to note it. You don't need to interrupt when we are doing. That's why we waste time, and others can get confused. So that next Congress will not be making that mistake. One is this: under my leadership, I will believe that just like Ambassador will use the word, I will like soft landing, and I will like fairness, equity, and justice to be for all. One person cannot do this job. They took us to a secondary school. Secondary school students were asking Nigerians questions. Nigerians could not answer their question. You can imagine that. That's why when you come here, follow. Thank you. The electoral committee, as I said, I believe I went out, but I believe that in the brief I got, the election to be held in Como today is not going to be held. So therefore, election is suspended and carried over when the executives of the night will definitely meet with the electoral committee and have a better arrangement. Now, let me also remind you that in our constitution, it says, Excellency, that in emergency, we can call. So outside our constitutional meeting, the need for this to arrive, for us to resolve it, we will still call a meeting when we have met so that it can suit everybody and give everybody a chance to want to apply and have it. Those ones who indicated interest, it is passion that they want to serve. So you can't deny them that. That would be an injustice for me and for others. But we must have to do the needful. And what is that? To be able to clear the gray areas so that tomorrow we will say we had a, not because they were disqualified, but rather that the application did not meet up the prerequisite. So because when you say disqualified now, it sounds ambiguous.
I didn't say disqualified.
Okay, no problem. It's only a matter of patience. Thank you very much for that work. Without much ado about nothing, even when talks will come, let us please, in a very, very warm, very loud, and if truly we are Nigerians, welcome His Excellency as he comes to deliver another erudite, another eloquent man. His Excellency.
Can this one work? I don't have a speech, so I'll go off it, and sometimes, you know, okay. From the provinces and the regions, my fellow citizens and compatriots, our friends Italians who are here with us, I must tell you I'm very, very happy anytime I find myself in the midst of Nigerians. We share a lot in common. And here, there is no father, no mother, no sister. We are all the same. We are the aunties of each other. We are the brothers of each other. Our parents are down home. I always say, anytime you cross your border, any Nigerian you see, that is your brother. That is your sister. And so, I'm with all my brothers. Let me also start by saying, I bring to you the greetings of the federal government of Nigeria, as well also as the greetings from the staff of the Embassy of Nigeria. I stand before you as your servant to come and join you also to identify with the cause of Nigerians here in Italy. I must say we have a lot to do. For me, I must say that Nunal, every Nigerian is a member of Nunal. Whether you join or you don't join, it's an umbrella organization for all of us. National Union for Nigerian Associations in Italy. So in whichever organization you belong, that the root is from Nigeria. Black and try to tell you this is white. So don't be carried away with what Mr. President, Mr. Sampson has told you about me. I am learning from you. I have a lot to learn from you. And it's through collaboration between me and citizens of Nigerians here that I can be able to do my work. play very, very important role in the sense that they promote the culture. They bring the two communities, your host community and your origin, what we call origin state. You bring these two communities together. I think, going by this, you are a better ambassador than I am, because you are doing this job. It is what Italians see from you, and that will make them to describe Nigeria. Hope can be done through the Nunal. I want to urge all of you, present and outside, we should identify ourselves with Nunal. We should identify ourselves with Nunal. One of them has told us about the number of Nigerians in Italy. About 106 or 104,000. They say number is strength. If only we can be contributing 10 euro only. Every month we will contribute 1,040,000 euro. And that will go a long way in helping our brothers, the less privileged ones, especially those who have come through the deserts, to give them employment under cooperative. By so doing, they will get their papers also. Because I always say, everybody who has come to Italy, you have not come here to look at the number of overhead bridges or number of pastors you have in the place. We all come here to improve our well-being. So, I think we should do enough to see reasons why we should come together. First, in a group, you are protecting your rights. Secondly, you are promoting culture. Thirdly, if there is anything good coming from Nigeria, it's not coming to individuals, but coming to a group. So, I want to urge all of us to see reasons why we should work with Nunal, be our brothers keepers, and also be on the advisory side to the embassy. Now, let me come, because I have a passion for this constitution review. And Mr. President, pardon me, and all other presidents here, I may look controversial. Honestly, I want to say that if we have problems, then we should look inwards. What is the problem? It should be with our constitution. It should be all about our sacrifice. But before I talk more, let me not forget to commend all of you that have come here, because it's a sacrifice. Time, energy, resources, in terms of bureau, you've committed it all to come to this hall. That I must commend all of you, and especially to the officials of Nunal. I tell you, I see most of them carrying over these Nigerian community problems on their heads with no money. I must commend you for these sacrifices, but they say the reward of teacher, it used to be, now teachers are asking for their reward not just in heaven but here. But I'm especially the dynamic leader, because I've met him and I have stories about Nunal. It's not because they are here, but we have a vibrant Nunal solidarity and integration. We should have mutual understanding and cooperation between us. And definitely, we cannot just stop at that. We must go into mobilization of our people. We are always blaming these our young ones. What do you call them? Y2K. This Y2K, and especially our brothers that have just come through the desert, maybe they have not seen any man to mentor them. We've neglected them. And all that they are committing is affecting me and you. Honestly, you need to see the sight of some other places as a Nigerian. You feel as if you should dig a hole and sink. especially last year when an incident happened in Machereta. I salute the courage of those who were in Machereta. Even me, I knew what I went through. Their able leadership, we communicated and also collaborate with Lazio, the community in Lazio. We map out strategies, otherwise the result would have been violence against Nigerians and Africans in general. What did we do? We wrote condolence letter. We condemned in totality, but we didn't accept that it's in, because Igbo, where Igbo is missing, you will not find him there. I'm sorry, must die. Kanoma, you can't find, when Boko Haram came in, we took the census. I said you can't find Kanoma there also, because no salary, no money. So gentlemen, I want to urge all of us also to look into this issue of cultism by these our misdirected youths. It does not have economic value. No economic, I will not put my hand. If I want to be foolish, if there is economic value, try. But if there is no economic value, I mean, what is there? Affects your image. If as an ambassador you saw me on the streets, urinating, standing, I mean, somebody says, see your ambassador. I mean, you will be forced to put your head down. So also to all citizens, if we indulge ourselves in some things that will affect not just you, we are talking of a group of people, 104,000. At least, let's talk to them and let them have a change of mind. We are a great nation in Africa, in the world. Nigeria has its mark, even in Italy. If I start talking of people that are in the armed forces, people that have received awards, we even have a senator, for God's sake. We are great people. There is nothing. Move with your head up, but we keep on also advising this our young ones. Constitutional, you call them Constitutional Amendment Committee. I am interested. I will make my inputs to you. Because by design, you appoint me, you don't appoint me. Go and say ambassador won't put his hand in our own case. I will put. Not because of anything, but because an organized community of Nigerians honestly will make all of us proud. And I want to also advise the members of the amendment committee, you should advise Nunal decision making to be closer to the grassroots. Because if all of us are involved, in whichever way, it will make the democracy we are all looking for. Because I have discussed with our professionals, why don't you join Nunal? The all members, like he's an all member and went fast. Ask them why don't they join Nunal? They will tell you this crazy. You go there, somebody will just abuse you. Those are the kind of things. We have people who are in international organizations and making effort to track them. I personally, not for everybody did not, but I think there should also be the entrepreneurship side. The technical advisory committee, which we have people who deal with immigration issues, people who are lawyers, people who have this. We should have a committee or a board, not directly under Nunal, but affiliated to Nunal to be in the advisory side. And also, if there is no peace and where you have conflict, that's arbitration, council or so. I want to tell you, it is not going to be the Nunal executive that will take the decision. That council will immediately go in unbiased and sort the problem out. I've talked with Mr. President. He has promised to send me the electronic copy. I'm not going to touch anything, but I will make my input. And I don't want it to be taken. Send it down to all the provinces. Send it down to all the regions. Let everybody have an input. If we are only yes minister, everybody brought yes. Look, it's a healthy society must quarrel. So we must engage ourselves in talks, but not destructive. Otherwise, you will sit down and be cheated. And it will reach a stage, either you check out as Mr. B, those my age group. You remember one film during the how can that be? 10 weeks for you to come and capture. I mean, to be honest with you, for me it's unfair. And we are looking into now, embassy will do the booking. It's for you, the player. Once you've done your payment, send, if possible, WhatsApp has made things cheap. Either you use your handset, send it to us. Somebody will be assigned to be making bookings. As the name comes, it's only when 2 names come at the same time we now look who has paid earlier. So we agree there are some lapses in the passport. Honestly, there are some lapses. Some are our making, some are not ours. In the Nigerian system, they are with us. Passport booklet from Malaysia. It is by February next year, according to Mr. President, that we will start printing it in Nigeria. So even the embassy in Malaysia, see the printer. They have to take it there to Nigeria. From Nigeria again, when you go, how many did they give you? 1,000. 5,000. Give 10,000, especially for a country like Italy, where we have many Nigerians arrested legally here. It will do us good, and it will also provide good service to Nigeria. We have made case, I don't know when they are coming, but they are bringing intervention. I don't know how many there will be, 5 or 10, I don't know. But they are coming according to them soon. They are coming for intervention in which they will be going from region to region, and we will try to do our best. When they come, we'll discuss with Nunal. They will come and provinces will organize themselves, and will direct the committee, and our embassy staff will also join up. I hope we will realize it soon. The third aspect, which is sometimes a bad news, but not for you people, for the new ones, Y2K. Something has given me short form of Y2Ks now. Is that Nigerian government is thinking it's a bad one. There is nothing we can do, it's a policy. If you don't have a passport and you are not able to make your passport, they will soon introduce 6 months passport and maybe free, I don't know. But the idea behind the 6 months is that you get your passport, travel to Nigeria, do the original passport, because that one is going to be temporary. Travel to Nigeria, obtain your normal passport and come back. Why? Because it's only the embassy of Nigeria that is issuing fresh passports. And we are also being accused that we are encouraging trafficking. Because the embassies world over, apart from those born in that country, your children, nobody should be given a new passport apart from renewal, lost, and other cases. That is international. It's only Nigerian embassy that issues to adults new passports, and so the government has also now said they will soon introduce temporary passports. I'm not saying they should go and do passport early, but just for them to know. And please advise our young ones. Some people answer 3 names. names on entry, names in the camp, names when he's outside. So it also creates difficulty in passport processing. We have also made case for those who, because of marriage, or some in which probably guyish. So the intervention committee are coming to address it. They want to do it en masse, and hopefully if they come, we'll also pass that information to Nunal. I just want to seek for your cooperation more and more, because we have an incident that occurred in the embassy. YouTube against your country. Even Nunal was not spared. For God's sake. And ask her what person was doing. He was filming to discredit the papers we are issuing to Nigerians. So that the government will have better time to deport as many as they can. That is a Nigerian that did it. Can you call this man patriotic? It's not destroying the embassy, but it's destroying our fellow citizens who use our documents. And I think we should also preach that we will not always be right, but we are also not free. You can correct us. Call our attention. We have been talking with a lot of people. Our relationship is compulsory one. There is nothing like if I like. It's compulsory and we must see it as necessary. For sparing your time to come for this meeting, and ask all the Nunal executives, both national and provincial. Honestly, they have been making big sacrifice. And to all other Nigerians and our children, we pray for Nigeria, we pray for all our citizens, and we pray for the country that harbors us. God bless Nigeria. God bless all Nigerian citizens, and God bless the Republic of Italy. Thank you.
Please, more round of applause for His Excellency. Thank you.
So if I chronicle from last week up till now, he has been running. Not quite too long ago, he hosted also the governor of Benue State and the wife who were here. And they invited Nigerians to participate in the economic conference because it's open for investors. And again, let me equally tell you why all these things are necessary. You might be here. You know, actually, that in Rome, there were Agric Expo that happened there. Nigeria won an award, what they call the farm crowding. His Excellency, we trust you that on my visit to Nigeria, I met the director, who also sent his greetings. But the farm crowding is a Nigerian farm web farm with collation that you can invest your money, not just on farm. They can take your farm product and take it to the people who need it, and also you're paid. They have their commission. That we can be here, there are investments you can do, and you can have your farm, they take the farm product. You can as well get you farmers. I will not discuss that now, I'm just telling you that he told us equally that we abroad can do such investment, create opportunities for areas where we come from, and also benefit from it economically. That's why I'll be saying, I agree with him, when he said Ghana will do that, because if we are not there, we will not have the opportunity to be invited in such a very grand occasion. The whole director of United Nations were there, and Nigeria took the center podium. You needed to be there. So I want to thank you for the opportunities that you offer. And because you have just come and broken peace, you were talking about arbitration. You already the chairman of arbitrator already. Yes. None of you will know that in Palermo, the Nigerians went in the destruction of using a journalist to even destroy Nigerians. And not quite too long, some were arrested as a result of misinformation brought to the police, and some of them had this opportunity to have also their fairness by the time His Excellency went there. And I think the media man can testify some of this outcome. Bologna is a classical example. While we are in Firenze, anybody who was there will recognize that even somebody came and challenged why ambassador will have to go to Bologna. I hope people were there. This to show you the kind of Nigerians we might have. But in his position, he took time to go to Bologna. Bologna has benefited even of this ambassador more than any other person. I think Bologna owes both the ambassador and me a lot of things, because ambassador has visited Bologna more than you can imagine. But me, that is your Nunal president, ambassador only saw me and inaugurated me only once. So you can imagine that. So they believe it. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.
In doing that, I would like to tell you that Nigerians find you worthy, and the Nunal executive that you have entrusted in us said this should show a sign of appreciation to a man. My heart well pleased, even the heavens can shout it. And to that, His Excellency, to the Vice Presidents, and all the members of here, if Nigerians can stand up, we present this. And thank you for Como Extraordinary 2019, His Excellency. Yes, you know, when me and A.N.C.P were sent to embassy to go and represent the Nunal then, A.N.C.P was asked to make a speech. You know, they say Nunal, even the woman gave his widow's mite. We don't have so much. We will urge you please that Nunal, we are all at the celebration of some of the communities that did independence. And because probably our parents, we cannot be ubiquitous everywhere, we decided to appreciate them. So we would like you to please do us the honor of presenting it. First of all, I am coming the community of Ferrara and their delegates to please climb up for Ambassador's presentation.
I think I was there, and I think I know all other provincial presidents have been doing that. We went round to companies in Ferrara, and I think I didn't just want to mention, we were able to get or promised some vacancies for Nigerians, and I think she is following it up. So, this, do I call it gift or presentation now? Award is going to be presented to you by my humble self on behalf of the whole citizens of Nigerians and the Nunal, national, provincial, and all the levels in recognition of your good works. Like I said, anytime you receive awards, honestly, don't celebrate it. Because if you are given when you are 5+, if you cannot raise it to 7+ next year, it's a minus. So I want to say that it's a challenge. They are challenging you that you should improve on the good works you are delivering to your community. God bless you.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate it. So do more works.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
To the committee of Mantua, please.
I think I met your president, Adedayo. There is something peculiar to Mantua. Honestly, I will not say they are the best, but if you say so, you are not wrong. Thank you, sir. Yeah, in recognition of the work of your community in Mantua, I, on behalf of Nigerians as usual, and the Nunal executives present this to you in recognition of your hard work. But like I always say, it's a challenge. I don't look at it as a whole, they are pushing you. Look, raise it to grade whatever level. And I hope by next year, if you are on level 6, we'll go ahead and look for level 8. Otherwise, we reverse the gift and put minus. Thank you and God bless. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Take care, everyone. Take the president.
Eli also would like to call the community of Pesaro to please come forward. Are we clapping to and also be part of what we are saying?
Yeah. My Oga, from Pesaro. It's a challenge, but they're only exposing you now. I will wash my shoes to start going to Pesaro. Madam, I want to say that thank you to all of you. This is in recognition of the good work you people have done to the community and asking you to improve more and more. I want to, on behalf of Nunal executives and our citizens here, present this to you, and may God bless you and make you also, give you the wisdom to improve more and more. So we are coming next year. Thank you. Either the award will be minus or it will be plus, but we hope it will be plus 10. Thank you. God bless you. Okay. Thank you very much. Shega, thank you. Thank you very much. God bless everybody. Thank you.
The last but not the least, the community which has so many potentials I see under the host. Please can we welcome the President Como and his
Nigerians have seen the good work you have started and you will continue. This is in recognition of the good work you are doing and especially hosting this important event because you have brought all of us together. It's not just a provincial issue, but it's a national issue. We've come to make friends and the good work you have done. So I want to, on behalf of the Nunal executives and all our citizens here, thank you most sincerely for hosting us. And we look forward to retaliate when you come to Rome and when you visit their provinces. We thank you, and so it be so that God bless all of you. Thank you. Thank you very much. How are you? Fine. God bless you.
Thank you, His Excellency. A round of applause. We just have to do that. I know that we needed to skip it because we are also running against time. Thank you, His Excellency. And don't forget also that 5th of October, those who were capable were able to be there. They can testify what we do. His Excellency, more suggestions have come that next celebration, Nigeria will be 60. I think 60, they say, is golden year. Is it? No. Diamond? It might be now because sometimes I don't know that. I don't know everything. Okay, what's the important thing is that by the time it's 60 years, His Excellency, it shall be co-celebrated. I am appealing on behalf of Nigeria. Even though I'm dead, I'm still alive or dead. We wish that it be that celebration, which would have happened on the 4th August 2010. What shall that do? That same thing that you have been advocating for the unity will draw a more momentum at the central place, and we're all planning together. We will thank you once again for what you have done. God bless you, and as we continue to deliberate. Moderator PRO will be taken after we finish our meeting, so the moderator. Now we will have 2 minutes of that presentation. Then the next thing we go to Q&E. We do it quickly because we have something to do. Remember, this is our closing Congress, so we don't want to keep people waiting so that they can travel. 2 minutes for the presentation. Any other question will be picked randomly. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. There is always a reason why we leave, so that later on we'll be able to answer all the questions at the same time. So on that note, I'm going to invite a guest we have. I believe he's a Nigerian also, but he will tell us more. In the name of Mr. Danny Wahab, Presidente and Coordinamento Grupo General. I believe in our general meeting we have always been having visitors, but lawyers, Italians, international men always bring ideas and present for us, you know. This is one of the reasons why we will have Nunal. We'll be able to bring some of the ideas closer to the roots. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody. Mr. Ambassador, Mr. President, all my fellow citizens, Nigerian people, good evening, sir, and madam. My name is Danny. I'm Nigerian. I'm Yoruba guy. I've been living in Italy more than 30 years. I'm just here to talk with you only on few things, 3 things, simple things. Please, let's talk about our future. To start with, we have to start with women. Women. Because woman is life. When we start from them, I think we can make a big change. The other thing that I think is very important that we can work on is let's change the narrative on Africa, on Nigeria name. We are not only mafia, we are not only prostitution, we are not only delinquency, but we are the giant of Africa. We have opportunity to make this change, to make the future. Let's work on our culture, let's work on sports, let's work on business. We have to sit on important table in Italy. They are looking for us. They are expecting us. They want us to be there. We are more than 120 millions of people. More than Senegal people, more than other African people. We have to be the leaders. And I'm very happy that we have new ambassador, which I met in Milan during A.N.C.P convention. I believe in you, Doctor. We know together we can do good things, but we have to go back to our people. You're preaching unity, prosperity. This is what we have to do. We can't go to nowhere. Let's work together. Let's use our things, what we have in our country, what we have, which is money, ourselves, our name, our product. For example, Nigeria is the best in music. When we are talking about Afrobeat all over the world, they know us to be the best things. How many money we make on this? How many people of our nation we promote to be the best in the world? Let's do this. There are simple things we have to work on. Communication. I met Mr. Mark. We are talking about a project we call AMEN, which is African Media and Entertainment Network. Because if we want to make a difference in this country, the first thing that we have to start in by communication. Communication. Let's preach. Let's let them know, what we are doing. Because we don't have opportunity to talk about for ourselves. We don't have opportunity to let them know what we are doing and what we are going to do. So, I don't want to talk too much because it's not my, I'm an action guy. I need actions. I want to do things. All what I need is, we want to come together to organize, make strategies, to develop our people, to work for ourselves, for our next generation, for the diaspora, to make a new change for Nigeria, for business. We are the giant of Africa. From here we have to start from. This is all what I want to say. And from this, we meet in a normal place we have to meet and to discuss, to plan, to issue all other things we have to do. So, thank you everybody. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Danny, our action brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I know he's a man of few words. You have to give the PRO the dates for Mr. Wahab. You have to give him the dates of the upcoming events. He will announce it before we close. So he will be with you to do that. Thank you. Can we keep a round of applause? As we move on, the ambassador has said it, in every corner you have Nigerians. And when they see what we are doing, they want to get close and be part of it, because every Nigerian is looking for a platform to which we can do something. Just like Excellency mentioned, some you will tell, what are they doing there? No problem. You know, when we were building the ark, and it was like that, I know I was preaching, people doubted it. Even some will still doubt, even when they see Jesus here. So, you know, but there's something I told you, we are moving trade. Our trade long ago, we didn't remember that it has passed Genova, even when Genova was even a border. Is it a border, sir? Okay. And all sacrifice you came out here, what's nothing? Then ask yourself, review yourself and tell yourself, have I done? So you need to contribute a quota. Like you said, we don't know it all, and I don't know it all. Make sure you can reach me. You know my number is open. I'm a person who doesn't off his phone, except my phone that I have is the old one. That's why when you are sending something on this platform, I'm telling you, we keep my memory. Please. But make sure you reach out, let us all communicate, because communication is the soul of everything we want to do, because I can't be there to direct something on the Q&E, please. I want us to be random, just not too much of a question. If you have more, write it down. The PRO can collect it, we can as well, because the ambassador continues to engage, and he has adopted our MOU, which is what we call all the communal provincial leaders. Very soon again, an appointment will be gotten. We will all go to Rome as usual, where we sit down with all the provincial presidents. Come with your problem, and the president or provincial president, reach out the best you can at your places. The ID card we are trying to proffer His Excellency, because I will start with the Q&E with me. We are begging that the embassy in this respect will help us so much. People are coming to do passport. Or anyway, I know you might say they will say embassy said, no, this is so if you want us to sign a declaration on it, we will sign. They will have to collect it, because you know why? His Excellency, our people come to meeting when they can, the only place they can. Just put, I think the president has not put in a party here. The people arrive before him, and the party has just put a party. And the Nigerians don't need to be invited in your party. But then you want to come and brainstorm. They said this foolish people waiting and they talk. You see, that thing is not a good thing. But if call other African countries, the way they come to respond, because you have to be involved in your thing and also make your input. So we would like to, this thing, even when we are forcing it down, not even forcing, all the provincial presidents will collect it when we print it, they give it to their members. Those who doesn't accept, His Excellency will catch them at the embassy. If you want to know that Nigeria needs something, when he wants to come and get passport, and this thing is introduced there, he will now know the need that he has to go to you. I thank you for your directive to your minister. Anybody who wants to get an assistance, goes to your minister. Minister Bello tells him, do you know who is your provincial president? Some of them will tell them they've not heard about it before. And he will call me, who is the president of that area? We will call the president, do you know this person? And I believe we have used it in helping people. We solve problems. We want to solve our problem, but at the same time, we also need to get involved by making them get involved. This thing will be
to Abuja to give us the permission. Because as a Nigerian, if you cannot register with your national association, forget it. No consular services. Once that permission or approval is given, we have already written. If you are not proud of your country, why coming to the embassy? So it is mandatory. Once we have the approval, to be honest with you, who are, you know, zombie, we will just go all her. Where is your ID card? And if it is a complex problem, we'll call your regional president, your provincial president, and maybe sometimes even go down to the community level. So forget it. If you are not joining the association, we're already written. Once we have the go ahead, You can say you're a bad citizen. That's why you don't even want to identify with Nigerians. So why giving you consular services? That's the truth about it. So what they are proposing, once approval is given, forget it. Even if it is a form, they have not signed, forget it. You will not get any of such services.
Thank you. And what does that do? That strengthens the provincial presidents to sit up and now make your work much more that you need to do more. So now the provincial presidents now, even with this, goes further to stand in for their people and also preach it. Again, I have been getting the reports of some of these pastors, His Excellency. Why I have not gone there is that there are immediate things that are, some pastors begin to make Nigerians their cash cow. Now when they connive, they tell them that going to the union is not important. And this, most of these churches, I'm sorry to say this, I'm not against that, I'm not against God, and I can't even be. But I'm against the people who don't understand the meaning, because even Jesus Christ was asked, he told that you have to pay your tax. And if you pay your tax, also, you also worship God, because that means you love God. So let us not divert the Bible. These pastors are even doing more to these Nigerians. They engage what they call it, prophet to them. One is in Nigeria, one is in Italy. The one in Nigeria will see vision for you. The one in Nigeria will be following the vision. And after which, these girls, most times out of ignorance, if they are going to go and start somewhere, they will double their effort because they want to meet up the target.
The sensitive issues are mentioned. I have a film here, I have a voice of what one of our religious leaders went to Indonesia, which has caused deportation of almost 60-something Nigerians. I have his picture. I have also, I don't understand even what, those who have Igbo, understand Igbo, I can send it to them. Look, and it's just because maybe sometimes they have blinded our eyes. You know, somebody said until Africans start believing that there are certain jobs of God. God will cause rainfall. God will cause a woman to give birth. God will do that, but you don't expect God to go to the kitchen and cook your food for you. That is not for God. There are specific things that God will do. There are things that I must do. Like if I lie down and say good day, I will find myself in Rome tomorrow. I mean, which one? God has no problem with that. It's my own effort. So for them, there are people who are good pastors. But the deceptive ones are the ones living especially on the Y2K. Everything in this world is scientific. You don't go to farm, you don't go anywhere, and somebody promise you, you will multiply. Multiplication, how? Is it by zero? Anything times zero is zero. The man, you have not given you any figure. So what are you multiplying? They will come and greet you. They will take your problem up yourself. We know how we are tackling problems of Nigerians. We have problems of, what do you call it? Forced adoption of our children. Has any pastor championed your DC? I have videos here caused by some of our religious persons, which has caused bad luck for Nigerians in Indonesia.
Thank you, His Excellency. Thank you very much. Please, I want to invite just 1 minute or two, highest, the chairman committee of immigration to come and give his report before we go into questions. Please, not more than 1 minute, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. President and his executive were called into office in Parliament, that is 2018, June. He called us into action. Why he called us is that because he has seen and he has heard what we have been doing. Because I'm Benjamin, I attended the first not Nunal, Nigerian Students Union early 80s. I would say His Excellency is one of the few ambassadors. If you say it's only one, I will say no. Because when I came in 1987, there was one ambassador who came to Perugia that time to resolve the Pontifical University student and the State University student, which we were working together and we tried our best. But he is the one that is going up and down very well. And Samson see it wise that some of us that is helping immigrants, because I assist immigrants through one of the Labour Congress, which is called Chisley, and that is A.N.C.P. This A.N.C.P is all over Italy, and they have other offices in 3 countries in Africa. So because of that, I utilize this opportunity to help all immigrants and use it to help our Nigerians. Since when Samson know me very well, I started from Bologna. There was a woman who gave birth to 2 children, twins, and the system collected one. They said the woman want to keep that one. We went inside there, the family was giving back to the children. So the same thing for I will not go to many other things that we have done. I will only talk of 2 things. When the Macerata issues came up, our group that is with us, I myself, Sam from Macerata, Patrick from Pescara, and our vice, who is Isima from Ancona, we are trying to go to every area. If we know any problem for Nigerians, either adopted or any case or accident, what makes me to even know the Milan president, it is when one Nigerian through our office, they said the young man who was having mental with myself and Isima on a family with 6 children. The social service collect the 6 children, divide the wife, but we were able to intervene, and the family was started bringing together. This is what we can do. We don't have much power, but with you, we know we can do it, and we have the backbones of other offices that which we are. What I'm only telling all our provincial executives and the national body is that don't let us say you are in Chisley, you are in CGL, you are in Will, you are Sinistra, you are Lega, you are this. Let us benefit from every area. If I'm in Chisley, let Nigerians have the benefits from that what is given in that Chisley. If you are in CGL, let us utilize everything so that we can be able to match up with what we are having. Don't let us use don't let us join their political system saying we are fighting each other. Our own is to see what can we gain to help Nigerians.
What is the situation in Olawale now?
Because what Mr. President was saying before is about this one of our sisters that went into over there that abusing. I am the Benjamin that the woman was talking about, and thank God that I was able to walk by side with this lady, and then she is the one who complicated the issues very well. I don't know the Novara president before. Through this woman, I was able to know him, giving other information that is different from. That is life. But what happened is this, that by now we have documented we have given the document that came from Olawale's wife and the family, that Olawale's wife, very soon the judge will be able to give us the Nunal will start for the woman to come and decide whether she wants to go back to Nigeria. We will do that one, or she's going to remain here. This one we will do by the power of God, and then with the support of all Nigerians.
I wanted him to speak because so that to make you understand, Nigerians are doing marvelous things in different respects. We have our treasurer. Remember that what we are saying here, Wahab has said it is money. So to tell you that we are running on a 0 account, please, the treasurer, you can address that before the ambassador comes for the Q&E. We don't have so much time. We do this expeditiously. I'm told that we have the independence cake so that we can do it and the round off after talking without what's in our mouth. It will look like a monotony kills interest.
Great Nigerians. Great Nigerians. I know we are not going to talk. I want Nigerians. As the president has said before, we are having problems in the open account due to our constitution. Because years back to open an account. As far as if it is individual, there is no problem. But if it has to do with association or companies, those of you who has company can testify this. You need to submit a lot of documentations. These documentation are being submitted, and we are still waiting for the account number to be delivered to us. As soon as this one is possible, we will give it to all of you, because as the President said, we are running at zero account. We have a due that have been collected up till now. We have a Manitoba that has paid for 2018. We have Ancona paid for 2018. Como has paid for 2019, because yes, last year they were not registered with us. Udine has paid for 2018. Modena paid for 2018. And Palma has paid for 2018. The remaining communities have not yet paid, both for 2018 and 2019. At this point, I will urge all other communities to please pay their dues, because if you don't pay, you haven't paid 2018. This year is 300, 2018 and 2019. If you wait till next year, it's 450. So let us try and pay it installmentally, because it is very easy to pay little by little than to come and pay everything at once. And as far as those communities that, or those communities that wanted to buy for post, by the time we are doing the by-election, mind you, if your community is not in line with the dues, it may create you a problem. We are running a zero account. Zero account is saying that we don't have, most of the time that our president needs to travel, he uses his own money. The executives travels, we use our own money. Some of us are being even sponsored by our community, because they are the one that send us to go and serve in the Nunal. Please, my fellow Nigerians, let us endure to pay our dues as soon as possible. That of 2019 is expiring at the end of this year. So next year, if you haven't paid for this year, remember, it's ×3 or ×2 if you have paid 2018. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And thank you for records. You see, records don't lie. And I like our treasurer, in as much as he studied geography. But geography, if you put it into a better Pythagoras, he can give you also a good calculation, and if you divide it by a straight line, angles are formed. So I think he's doing very well. Thank you. I want to tell you that those who are owing us, we will now set up EFCC after you people. You see, we are talking election. These are part of it. We are talking about all these things. We are all running around. We are owing all the executive their money in arrears. But please, I will urge you, as we are even coming together in making decisions, in trying to see a common ground for our welfare, please endeavor to do that obligation. That obligation, if you divide it by 12 notes in a whole year, is about 12 euro plus, 12 euro 0.5. So if you look at it, if you go back and break it again, gradually you will offset it. For those who have registered and they are not paid at all, remember that this constitution, we are talking about constitution again. By right, before you make decisions here, before you contribute from your delegate, before you vote on any resolution, you are supposed to have what? Been financially up to date. So you see, if there is anybody doing Father Christmas, it is this administration. But we can't last too long, because Christmas will come and go. The next one is Easter. Let us carry on. We don't want it to waste so much. I know we have things to do.
Don't talk too much. Don't repeat yourself. Everything, all your questions will be collated by the ambassador and the president, and then they are going to answer everything together. So when you ask your question, you see that another person will ask, and later we attend to it. Like many pastors here, if you have any question, direct to your president. Don't start raising your hand because you have something to say. Please.
There's the procedure. We know they are the hosts.
Yes.
We go first to our delegates who have the right
of course.
So from them who are from the A.N.C.P, because we are their hosts, we will even give them chance for more questions.
Okay. All right.
For the bombard also.
All right.
Once again, the question here
is from my president. Diaspora Commission, NIDCO and NIDO, the Nunal members welfare. Second one, collaboration with Nollywood to produce a standard film and documentary on Nigerians in Italy. We can tell our home stories better with Nigerian perspective. This will also generate revenue for Nunal. 3. OIS services role. Persistent treatment of clients, especially the blacks, Nigerians, are the center by the staff, specifically the non-Nigerian. I have had 4 different encounters with the OIS role since April 2018 to October 2019, if not for the humanitarian mission that necessitates my frequency for visas. For medical team, I would have stopped patronaging the top. I have documented evidences for my claim. Number 4, which is the last question. Nigerian Sisters Independence Anniversary, the preparation to start is now. It is not too early in order to have a harmonized national celebration in Italy anchored by Nunal. These questions were put together because it's not around.
And they're too much, but thank you very much.
His Royal Highness, His Excellency, our Father, the man who gave us this opportunity to speak. I cherish you a lot and appreciate you, sir. My question is this. Is many, as he also stated, but I don't want to ask one question. For example, you talk about the passport. I want to ask this question. Can those who have national identity card apply for Nigerian passport without sojourner? Those who are not regular in the country, that those who have not applied for the first sojourner, can they apply for Nigerian passport with identity card? That is my first question. My second question is this. What can we do for a Nigerian who has worked for the Italian recognized company for 4 years and today they denied him for permission de sojourner and threatened to deport him after he has given a contract for tempo indeterminato and they forced his signature to sign what they call reservation letter, which he said he was ignorant of. Number 3, I have a case in my hand in Ferrara. A lady ran mad in the market and they sent for me. Before I got there, the vice president was already having the baby in his hand and they took the child to the assistant socially. But unfortunately, before they gave us 2 days to monitor our situation. But before Monday morning, she started again. And right now, as I'm speaking to you, she's right in the hospital. But the baby is still assistant socially and they don't want to tell us anything about the child. Number 4 question. The Ferrara is having a meeting, a parliament meeting on the 16th of November. And are talking about, is Nigeria a mafias? That is their question. I think I forward that paper to His Excellency, and if you go through it, you see what they wrote there. How can we participate in this kind of meeting? Because in this Nigerian parliament, we are not asked to talk. We are only asked to listen. Only the senators participate. Can the ambassador please delegate somebody to speak for the Nigerians? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you once again for this privilege given to me. Your Excellency, sir. We all know the fundamental problem of Nigerians in Italy. Somehow, to my own view, Nigeria has been marginalized, when it comes to Nigerians in diaspora. The ones in Italy have been marginalized one way or the other, especially when it has to do with the issue of passport, as you have mentioned before. But I want to thank you for your simplicity and for your humbleness to identify with the common Nigerians in Italy. Sir, how is it going to be possible? Because in every problem there is a solution. Let us not pretend about it. The exploitation and the siphoning of Nigerians when it comes to consular service or obtaining Nigerian passport is becoming unbearable. So how do we solve this fundamental problem that has been lingering for so many years? So we expect the administration to take a drastic measure to curb this situation, to stop the corruption that is going on in the embassy, and how Nigerians can be better served. So, sir, I want you to tell us how you will handle that. Thank you.
So, I have just 2 questions to ask. Sorry, my name is Nunal. Earlier on, I said I'm from Genova Delegate. The first question says that, according to what our ambassador says, but I need to throw more light about it or on it. That is there any possibility for any Nigerians that have worked here in Italy to get his or her pension back home, maybe when they have retired back home? Secondly, the ambassador said something about passport, on the passport issue, mentioning something about the temporary 6 months passport. So I want to clear light on that. That 6 months passport, issuing it, is it to the freshers, that's those asking for the first time, or, okay, thank you very much.
I want to direct 1 or 2 questions to you. In the past, the Nunal president will bear me witness. We in Milan, and in fact, at certain time, Nunal himself have been calling written letters both to Nigerian government asking for consulate general in Milan to serve the entire north of Italy, recognizing all the workload of the embassy that has caused huge congestion with the few staff that you have there. And this wise, when and how are you going to support this long-living call and need of Nigerians in Italy? That is one question. Then secondly, Your Excellency, I remember when you arrived in Italy here, you made a very important clarion call for the unity of all Nigerians. And I can see the undertone, even in your words today, that that call still is there. But there is a difference, maybe because of the development of events. That is to say, there are other Nigerian social organizations. And of course, there are 2 major Nigerian bodies in Italy. We have NIDO, Italy, we have Nunal, Italy, we have other social associations in Italy, we have ethnic unions of Nigerians in Italy, we have even the churches that we talked about, especially the good ones, spread all over Italy because they are the centers of convergence. We have Nigerian businesses, shops, saloons, and so forth and so on. How can we, with the embassy now, coordinate all these Nigerians, put them together in order to realize the first love? That was that question of uniting all Nigerians in Italy for good purpose, to see what we can do here and also back home. Now, the third question, not to become too many, please, just permit me, directed to the Nunal president. I've heard you talk about the Chamber of Commerce, and I want to remind all Nigerians here, even in this house, that Milan is the center of business in Italy, commerce in Italy. In fact, in Europe, I recognize the Lombardy region all over the world is an industrial area. And I'm saying that if you people are coming to Milan, I see you shopping around Milan. Yes, good shopping, because Como has opened within Lombardia. Monza Granza is a wonderful area in Lombardia.
And also, I want to say that in this way of developing this Nigerian-Italian Chamber of Commerce, that the steps so far are not very clear to us, because even me and my vice president, we are so much interested in that Chamber of Commerce, because we want to be active there. For Nunal, not only for Nunal to realize, but also to harness all the opportunities possible to improve the life of Nigerians here, especially taking investors home. Thank you so much.
Look, if who gives Nunal certificates? In 2018, Nunal participated actively in the organization of Economic Summit. I think Nunal and some other individuals who participated actively deserve the reward from the embassy. Thank you very much.
With you, because we don't have time. It is you that we ask questions, it's you that we claim that there's no time. The ambassador, a question will answer. If I will give you an opportunity to just ask that last question, keep other questions after we finish answering. Yes, we're not changing anybody. That's why we're saying that if you ask the question now, we will answer and exhaust that and go to the next one. That's what I want to discuss.
Why do some of these local associations owe? We are owing because some of them lack members. Nunal should start taking on other ways of deriving resources. Otherwise, the local union is no longer in position to pay their dues. I remember, I use myself as an example. In Parliament, we were 200, 300 before. Today, maybe you see only 4 or 5 people running the associations. And this is, when it affects the local union, it affects the national union. Please, I am not asking questions. I only want us to start thinking of another source of deriving source. If we don't want the local associations to die a natural death, because some of them can no longer run the associations. Thank you very much.
Sometime, okay, A.N.C.P was here from Pesa. Some time ago, I think during the last regime, we were told that the Italian government and Nigerian government have reached an agreement that if you bring Nigerian driving license here, they can change it, convert it to their own. So the last government told us that this is an agreement that has been reached. And up to this moment in my own area, we have not seen the effect of it. So I want to know whether that information was authentic or not. Thank you.
I'll be able to capture. I start from the last person. Driver's license. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Nigerians, sometimes we behave in a manner in which some people will not have confidence in us. It was the practice some years back. And if we are talking, I think it's more than 5 to 10 years back. What happened? Let's ask ourselves, why do Italian institutions refuse to honor? Because we forge. We go and continue forging until the document has no meaning. So naturally, it's not anybody that stops it. We cause it. We don't present real documents, and the same thing happens when we come to passports. Somebody has asked questions on corruption and this at the passport office. Has any embassy staff been involved? You went and submit yourself to talks, touts, and they tell you they are collaborating with the embassy and you agreed. I have seen cases where some people pay as much as 400 euro. Why? Apart from the Y2 case, any of you here, you have your postpaid. You've read online that the thing is less than 100 euro. It's $106 or 104 for everything, including the charges. And you volunteered yourself. Somebody said 300-400 I will do for you, and you trust him, you gave him. So why is the embassy's fault there? I mean, you have too much to give. I want to advise all of us, even if you don't have the postpaid, the ATM cards, there is OIS office, and that brings me also to the OIS issue. There is an OIS office which charges you only €15 for their services. You will pay online. So, please, I beg you, in the name of God, you know, sugar-coated tongues, before you know they've cleared your doubt. Please, if anybody say he has so for ambassador, my numbers are there. Everybody, send me text. I've invited so many to my office. I've made some intervention where somebody has been cheated. In Palermo, 2 years somebody paid, he has not even done capturing. I mean, when you pay, even the 10 weeks has passed and you have not been captured, can't you ask questions? Immigration places it on their website that is 10 weeks. And here you have reached 3 months and nothing has been, then you should suspect something. Ask yourself what went wrong. But because we have so much, you go and meet out, give 400, you are seeing koro that is less than €100. But because you are so generous, you are in haste. So I think let's blame ourselves sometimes when we fall into the wrong hands. You can set somebody up. You can set them up. There was a case of one boy. He paid more than 6 months, nothing. He came to my office. I begged him in the name of God just to tell me the person secretly. There are so many things we do in the embassy. Secretly, we can give our report to the Interior Ministry and they have a way of going to fetch you out. Just confide in us. We also work like the media. We don't give out the sources of information. We don't. We will hide your identity. But because we love them more than we love our money, don't blame anybody. The same thing with OIS. It's a Nigerian government making. Embassy has no hand inside OIS. I have heard and we have also told authorities. The question is, why if all is working outside Italy, why is it not working in Italy? Well, they have created OIS. This is not our creation. It's from up. So, we go by it. OIS has come to stay. It is the same people like you also that will change the narratives by complaining. And that's why we say associations. Look, one voice goes nowhere. One voice. If you like, you can only go to your wardrobe, lock yourself in and start grumbling. Carry your blood pressure and the rest. But when you are involved as a group, through Nunal, you can make a write-up. You can even pass it. It's mandatory by the ambassador. When you have a general complaint, it's mandatory. I must forward it to foreign ministry. I will not write against my government, but I'm to forward my citizens' complaint. Like those who came for other young boys named Sahori Abi. They came to my office. They wrote a complaint. I'm just a messenger. I put covering letter forwarded here with is, attached is, this. And I've done my job. Whether action is taken or not, you have a duty. If you are complaining about OIS, act collectively. Right. Bring to the embassy. I will push one copy to the OIS themselves. And if they want to look, if they tell me stop action, I will call executive of Nunal to sit down with them. Alternatively, if there is no response from them, take that one, forward it to ministry. And I know some of you are politicians. Because I know anytime we are holding elections, I see some of my friends traveling. We go there and compete on the playground. So, use any weapon you have And that is why you must form an association. Look, all the problems you mentioned is association, nothing. Now, union revenue, the same constitution. You have not made it attractive for people, and that's why people are running. I can join an association where there is no gain, prosperity, appear to improve. I can't come to a place, like one woman was asked, she doesn't like the men that will just come talk, at the end you tear your closet, you get nothing. At least let the boy or the man come and talk something sweet and drop something on the table. There must be incentive to any human being. Association and constitution. Let's work towards making it, because embassy work with government. We only write the complaint and forward. But if you carry your placards, like Ferreira, if you are so many, about 50, and you carry placards, this is a civilized society. They will listen to you. And you know, just some few weeks back, the same Italian authority exposed those who are forcefully adopting other children for their benefit. So, for God's sake, if you don't have an association, we will only be grumbling. And I give you a story, 4 cows. I mean, look, don't give me time to talk because I'm a talkative. 4 cows, brown, black, red, and white. They were always going out for their feeding, grazing. So the, what do you call it, not lion, what do you, this small that is not a lion, let's call it a lion, leopard. The leopard knows she cannot attack the four. So she came and whispered to the 3, red, brown, and the white. Say, why are you going out with this black? They used to leave 8 a.m. So the black went round asking them, let's go for breeding. They said, no, today they are not going. The black, having no option, is feeling hungry. She left alone. Yellow, leopard jumped on that black and ate it. The next day was the brown time. The white and the red were knife. They are not going out. One after the other, she keep on picking on them until she ate all. So if we remain lonely, we are not moving together. The same story will apply to us. We must unite together. We must stand by our brothers. Together we stand, nobody. Nobody. The embassy cannot do anything for it. We are in a democratic society. Small talks, media works a lot. You must work also in partnership with the media. We must also have Nigeria-Italy friendship so that when we Nigerians have problems, our Italian friends will join us. We think we can do the problem alone. You can't win anywhere. I think if we can solidify our movement together, I tell you, we will not have any question to ask. The OIS is because we are not together. Government does whatever she does. Nobody has had you in Nigeria. Even the embassy, if we are so corrupt, not the YouTube will carry you nowhere. We make the same complaint. Ambassador has no right to stop your right. We will push for, or we call you that you are working us up. If we don't send it, we will do one shakara, body movement. We will go into action. That is the way you keep somebody on his toe. Now, Nigerians, when I first came, I got this story. That you have to have sojourner before they issue you passport. That's what it's for. Palermo, to start with, they don't give you anything sojourner unless you have your ID. So which one confess? Chicken and egg. I say sojourner is not my paper. It's your own paper. It's not a Nigerian government paper. And now you have national ID card. Who is ambassador to ask you for sojourner? Who is ambassador? For me, your national ID card is more valuable to me than your sojourner. That's the truth. So if you go anywhere, somebody say bring your sojourner. The idea is for us to prove that you are in Nigeria. Passport is your right. Passport is your right. Nobody is giving you free. After all, you make some payment. As a citizen, nobody deny you passport unless you brought in forged papers. If it is forged, and that's why we always insist, your local government origin. And even with that, go to Rome. In fact, police caught our brothers fake all the papers you know in this world, both Nigeria and Italian, in their laptops. We must just try to be honest to ourselves. I'm not saying the embassy is 100%, but some of the things are caused by us. Let's try for once to be honest in dealing with ourselves. The same thing with the exploitation of Nigerians. I've told you before, you volunteer yourself, go and give somebody 1,000 euros. You are on your own. Resignation, to resign. Something has a joke that when he first came to Italy, I always laugh when I remember what something told us. But who are you even to sign something you don't understand? Tell him I have to see my lawyer. I mean, sometimes we are ignorant ourselves. We box ourselves into a corner that we cannot get out of it. Don't sign a document. Nobody will force you. Nobody will even lock you up. Say, I want to see my lawyer. Look, they will cajole you, frighten you. Stand by what you think is right. But when you sign a document because you want to impress Oyibo, you are on your own. Don't blame anybody. Somebody has just corrected me that ignorance is not an excuse. OIS, I've talked about it. Consulate, pension fund, after retirement, can be normally transferred to him to Nigeria. As I'm telling you, I think Morocco are enjoying it. Morocco are enjoying it. But do you know what? They are more united. The unity and the strength of Moroccans in Italy, you need to study it. What is wrong with us as Nigerians? Why do we run up? Do you know, meet a Nigerian on the street, he will divert. He has no attention to divert, but because he has seen it, he starts diverting. Why run from him? Why should we run away from ourselves? For God's sake. It's complex. Morocco, citizens sat down and in collaboration with their embassies, they got it. Let's put down blame theory. Blame theory can never solve our problem. You continue blaming. That's nobody's business. Just go to your wardrobe, open it, grumble. Nobody had you, you come out. Problem not solved. I think I've talked about the ones that are not chairman, but unless we have discussed with Nunal, me, I don't care how my government feel. You were in Naido before, or still in Naido. He divided his leg, one leg here, one leg here. Anywhere is good. Anywhere Jesus decided to recognize he's there. No, I'm joking. I'm just joking.
Right, because I'm one Nigeria. I'm not a.
So for me, I have pitched my tent and without any fear with Nunal. Not because of political, and I have told them to their face. It's theoretical. Because what I'm interested in, how will Nigerians benefit? You know, ordinary Nigerian man will tell you is they are elites. But our coming together is not even for the benefit of the elites. And we all answer the name Nigeria. So anything, let's do, how do we improve ourselves? This thing we are doing, honestly, ordinary contribution, I said, just write it off, 10 euro every month. You are giving 1 million to every province, month after month. You will see the ripple effect. We will have a cooperative that even the Italian Republic will recognize it. This is a capitalist country. Nobody recognizes it because you are handsome. Nobody recognizes it because you are tall. Nobody recognizes it because you are short. It is money. What tax is the mayor getting from you? If you are not of any economic value, capitalists don't regard you anything. The problems is seemingly, it's not a problem, we cause it. And I want to look at it that, let's look inwards. What can we do to improve our lives? If you have an advice, give it out. But when you start always blaming, you go nowhere. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you, His Excellency. Probably we must have gotten something from all this, but I know some few things were thrown to me. I am not going to emphasize more, but I will take it one after the other. Mantover, you were making interactive sections in other things, and Pastor answered it, but the advisory there that we are looking into, future proposal you made from your president, we will look into it. Ferrara, I think your question has exhaustively, but if you look at the injustice, I think the boy who signed the wrong contract doesn't mean that it can't be visited. His Excellency mentioned measures should have been followed, but they were not followed. But we, fortunately, we have people from the labor union here. He can further, Mr. Benjamin, I'm directing you to look into that matter. If it is so strong, we have from the immigration committee, from people from GGIL, also who are directors in it. We have people from other labor unions. We have our lawyers who can look into that matter legally and understand where and how these issues were done. We will talk about it after the meeting. It's not something we respond now. Mentally, the rich women, like you mentioned, you know, you are a very good expert. I came to know you and woman, His Excellency, not just because I mentioned, I encouraged her so much because she keeps on saying they gave the attacker that will strengthen you. And we were told, and look at you, Lord, His Excellency, to come your independence, not independence. Your own was quite almost like a 3 working days. That was too much. His Excellency, you gave allocation, education department, we look at it as social services. That will be looked into after the meeting. Those for the conference, His Excellency knows better. We'll talk about it. He's going to be here later so that we don't waste our time. We talk about marginalization from Novara. You know, there is a, you know, a Novara man. If you know him, he's so educated. So sometimes he uses very punch English. The marginalization is a super language, and when you say marginalizing, I wonder. But I agree with you, there are a lot of irregularities going on in the environment. His Excellency, and just like both of you spoke the same mind. Few days as I invited me to the office, we were bringing a video. You see, Nigerians create problem for Nigerians, but sometimes we discuss it like they don't. They will create a problem. You know what they will do? If they have numbers of the presidents in the north, they will call them, see what the embassy has done today. Now, the problem is this. It is this our Nigerian boys who understand that some Nigerians are not knowledgeable here. Go and convert Europe. And you know in Rome, when they convert there, they have no residence. They have no address. So they come and wale you at the gate. Take whatever they take after you. They will now cross the other street. You will don't know which street. You will think that somebody is helping you. Or they come in and sit in when the people are coming into the embassy. They listen to what you are arguing with some of the security men, Excellency. They capture it. You know that very sharp. They now begin to tell you by the side they have solutions to your problem. Or they have agents. The other one will tell the other one will communicate to the other one. The other one will from nowhere come. It's like you have this kind of problem. You know, they psych you and you get involved. Please preach to them. Write these things in most of your WhatsApp group and say it. But for the things that have to do with government, if I have not been here, you won't know the internal workings of government. And it's all silent, but we will continue to challenge, we will continue to advocate, and do our best. Not because of these things we are not doing it. I think in the most of these things that are coming here now, is because some of these things are done, but to understand the retapism, the bureaucracy that they have to follow. I was with you while I went home. You sent me on errand and I went. And I remember also you telling me what they told you at the foreign affairs, that the moment they see you, that they know you are coming with problem with Italian Nigerian problem. And that's the first thing. And you know politics also that are involved. But we keep on to cry. That's why we need the media. No matter how fake news, carry the original news, not the ones that we call and say things that are not true. Because some of us even call. The media has wants to sell story. They now hear the story and begin to advertise on. When you come to Nigeria, they don't have even regard for you anymore. And you begin to wonder, and that baffles me. You know, if you know me very well, you know I'm somebody who doesn't take nonsense. I can't believe that when I went to London and conference, they were saying, when they call that, I'm from Italy. You know, there's a stigma. But by the time I spoke, I sold that crowd, and people in London were just mainly speaking Queen's English. So it is Italy has tough. Remember, here is where you can have artisans. We are telling Nigeria to go train and have what they call it, skill, because that's the issue. The Nigerian was asking me whether they will give 10,000 euro there. So it's not about the money. So please help us in that direction. As a Chamber of Commerce, let me only say something. It is a work in progress. It is not going to answer Chamber of Commerce automatic, but it's going to follow a procedure which we will educate more on that. We want to be too sure. And His Excellency has given his green light on that. Optional solutions on those associations who are saying, let me tell you, I think the ambassador have challenged some of us now. Go to your union. The essence of human being is migration. That's why when Italians is telling you about who don't know it, because I have Italians who know. The ones don't know, they will tell you that we are migrants. That's because migration started from the day God created Adam. Otherwise, we would have left them in the Garden of Eden. But they have moved here to another point. That is human being. Joe Trumpism tells you that as human beings begin to get a stimulus, it begins to move. Either hunger moves you, or war moves you, or something moves you. Something will move you from a position to a point. So here, if they are moving from here, from the association 200 and going out, go out and preach because others are coming in. Otherwise, you are not a very good leader. I am challenging you on that. On the license you mentioned, yes, the ambassador has said it, but let me mention something. You know, it was a Nigerian who was caught printing these papers before, and the police published it, and this thing was a problem. Now, just few years ago, they were doing, if you come, you take it to motorization. They now translate it, but it's just about a year or two. Some Nigerians went again and formed it with our local driver's license. The year began to extend. They were the one getting accident fast. They were the one who would drink and have some problem. And the question was in Parma. From Parma people, there were Nigerians who drove. There were 4, and 3 or 4 died in the Accra, eventually Emilia, but it's between Parma. Either 4 of them died, and 1 of them packed with load of drink, and they had to eat Italian children with their bomb. And you know how they joke with their children here. Because I just want to do the opposite. They had to write on the regional law, and from regional law they took it in to the federal parliament. Now, you know, when they adopt such thing, they don't tell you. Because here as an auditing constitution, they have ways of making laws. And that was abrogated. So if they catch you, you wouldn't even know. Some have 5,000 euro muta on them who were using it. And one man was circulating around. So go to the driver's school and learn the language and pass the exam. If you don't pass, try again, you will pass. I think on that we have exhausted that. We won't want to go so much. We will give question and answer again, but it will join with general. But in the meantime, because people are going to catch train, we would like to cut the cake. We want to cut the cake now, and also, I'm told that there are time for this hall. So things we'll have to carry over. We'll cut the cake and use the few minutes and do networking so that we can close up. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I want to, His Excellency, the ones you were talking about coming together in unity. I want to seize the opportunity. We'll be seeing her on the road. Please, I would like Mrs. Lovely from the pizza to stand up so that you can see her. Stand up, please. Lovely, right? Evelyn, sorry, correct me. Evelyn, it's more, and I like it. You know, she says she's from Ida Gas product. So you from those days, you know that. His Excellency, I met her. She runs an NGO first of all, and she has been doing a whole lot. You can see that she has been doing some things in the area where she lived, but because at the time Firenze wasn't giving us what we want, we used that to gather Nigeria because since already they're helping Nigerians. Why I'm saying that also because she runs an NGO that can be of assistance in terms of women. And you know, she's somebody who is poised and she wants to do something, so has a lot of energy. You can consult her, always ask questions. We have NGOs, we need them. I will tell you that the governor of Benue who came here, the wife was so much interested in her initiative and she wants to work with NGOs. If by the time we do together, she will hear again. So the Benue State issue, you can also be a partner to Benue State. The lady was so passionate. In fact, after speaking, if you are on NGOs, you know some or things you can do as a woman in that state. She is willing and ready to come. So you can always be so that we can educate you on that. I know you have a request that you made. It's not something you come here. We will later come to this place. We discuss it. We don't eat the meat of leopard in the daytime.
Each and every one of us here for coming to participate, and we look forward that we will be far more committed now to the well-being of Nigerians and to improve our well-being. I want to also use the opportunity to commend Madam. It's like women were left behind. I went to Palermo also. I met one woman, Sonia, from Edo State also. She's into helping Nigerians. It's a challenge for us men that the women are taking initiatives. And we must also challenge them to that field to do. They say what a man can do, a woman can do better, but we can change the narratives. To say, after all, men have always been coming first in cooking. When there is any cooking competition in Nigeria and world over, you find men are doing better. So it's a challenge for us men, since they are leading us in this philanthropy work. Let's look at how we beat them hands down. Congratulations, Madam, and God bless you.
Thank you. To protect their interests. So let us move to I believe we've done the item number 9 and even item number 10. So before the host's closing remark and maybe some ideas from the host community, I believe we should cut the cake first. And then after, the host presidents are going to address us and then make the closing remark. I believe so. So please, don't go, just take back your seat. His Excellency, please, can you put your hand on the knife?
Am I the one of president?
Just put your hand and the president of Nunal, executive.
What are we saying this one?
All right, I believe this is a gift from the Como community. So it will just be nice if we can spell the name Como together, just to, for their own exaltation. So let us start with C. C-O-M-O. Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip. All right. Wolo Sheika of Nigeria. Where is it? President, please, can you come and toast this meeting? Just open something there, even if it's water, and give it to Mr. Ezekiel. Let us. Please, the meeting is not yet closed. Please. He's here. He's here.
We toast to for the progress of our host union. That is the association of Como that has hosted this wonderful location.
Please, quiet. Please.
Hip, hip.
of all National Union of all Nigerian Associations in Italy. We are going to talk not the last, but to the embassy of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to Italy.
Just stand where you Give me.
A.N.C.P. Please get seated. This great occasion today, because this Nunal Congress is an extraordinary one in the sense that our great man in the house, who is the ambassador of Nigeria to Italy, has come to hold a meeting with us today. And it's a great one also to see all my fellow presidents who have come far and wide to come and hold Nunal Congress here in Como. My special thanks goes to the Nunal President, Mr. Samson Hodge, who has been the source of inspiration to me, undermining that Como is a new entrant, a new association also. Like as I said during my speech, we are just about 1 year and few months as a registered association. But to God be the glory, we are on. We are working well. Como is thriving well. But we have people who are 50, 40, 30 years in Como who did it fit not to be members of the association. Probably they have something of which we don't know. But to my greatest surprise, the 20s and 30s and 40s in Como, they are the ones promoting this association, and by the grace of God, we are up and doing. I want to let us know that in Como Association, we have like 3 things that are bound together. One is like a meeting to us, it's like a club and also a union to us. We work together. Whenever someone is participating or celebrating in anything, we work together, we make voluntary donations, voluntary contributions, time, everything for it to be a success. But meanwhile, before we go, I want to thank the ambassador himself. Also, the man who came with the ambassador, Mr. Kaide, you are welcome once again. The Nunal president, the Nunal family in general, and also all members of A.N.C.P. As you go home, I pray may the Lord lead you home. I thank all of you once again. May God bless Nigeria and may God bless Italy. Thank you once again for coming to this great occasion.
To our agenda, resume. All right.
Not much. Remember, all we could not exhaust today, we will exhaust in the next Congress. Remember also, this is the final Congress for Nunal 2019. It has been a very wonderful journey, starting from January up to this time, His Excellency. By next year, except in an emergency this year before we close up, there will be issues. We will call an emergency meeting. But where there are no emergency issues, the Nunal Executive will look into it quickly and inform those presidents and delegates that are on the Nunal National platform. But in the time being, we are going to have in view Udine, Ferrara, Pesaro, and if not, maybe Ancona. As the case may be, we will consult with these 4 provinces to see where the next Nunal Congress 2020 will be held. I know it is not easy to make decisions now, but if eventually it comes to me, that will be a wonderful one. You know, World Cup can be changed in the middle of planning. So Ferrara, you have to be very, very careful with that. But I know we are taking it more again to the central so they can allow those who have come in the last 2 Congress in this area to move down to the other side. In the meantime, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve you all through the year with good health. And I pray that all of you have come here, will travel to your various destinations, and the host community will continue to be vibrant and more community to come up. And we're looking forward to attend to Sardinia that are about to come up. Some of our brothers in Forgia, we didn't have enough time from Benjamin. You know, a lot of our brothers were killed there, but we went there and they're clamoring for having a union. We will do everything to see that Nigeria union are there. But I will want you to please thank His Excellency for a very wonderful job. I don't know how to say this thing. Nobody will understand what I'm saying. You know, when I'm saying you say, they say my voice or my mouth. It's not my mouth. I am somebody who is said, you know, we have an ambassador in Africa. Go and try and want to deal with him. Then you will know between Ewe and Ewe. Yes, then you can know the difference. I hope you know that him standing here is a retired general in the Nigerian military who has served Nigeria almost for 35 years of his being the best of all. But so far, we are benefited. You know, Mark is like you have to look for him with a very strong rope to be pursuing him if you know the rodeo star. Yes, but so far our website is on. From the publicity director, there are more information that has been done. I would like you just say one few things in that. And that website, I will want to see it public. You are asked to register it. You have to put all those apps where they register it. We will upgrade it because it requires to be upgraded. And I hope we still run it, not expire in the next 1 or 2 years.
Great Nigerians. So Nunal has a website and it's running, it's active, it's beautiful. You need to log into you could do that right now on your phones too. www.nunalitaly.org www.nunalitaly.org. Now listen, it's for starters. It's something to introduce us and to profile these pictures and these events we've been having. So as time goes on, we'll be putting more things. And as time goes on, as I'm being given the fund to, we will make it very big. But you can log into nunalitaly.org. That's your site. Thank you.
It is because we have a website, His Excellency, that these people bumped into us and asked us. This is a project, it is in the parliament as we speak, and I went to the PRO with the Deputy Foreign Affairs Minister, right? Yes, it's still a work in progress, Excellency. It is meant to sustain, build Top of Africa as they were talking about going back, but still in progress. You know, politics, the new government has come, things will slow down. Thank you very much. Blogging. If you have information, meet your provincial heads. They will reach me if they cannot. The embassy will give you the services as we have now. So far, let us benefit and leverage on that we have. God, the omnipotent, of the signs of the present God, we, your children, have gathered. You said, when 1, 2 are gathered in thy name, you are surely in thy midst. Our God, you have been in thy midst today, and we have deliberated, looked into issues that matters on us, our welfare and our unity. Father, as we are going home today, lead us to our various destinations safe and sound, and also continue to bestow in the host community the wisdom in their leadership to gather them together, and also back to the mission, leading it, and also flying the flag of Nigeria. All these are many more we ask Jesus Christ our Lord. Where is the Mohammed?
In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful, all praise is due to Him. We thank you, Almighty Allah, for our work well done here today, for your support given to us. Happily, We thank the Nunal administration. We thank all the Nunal members. We thank the Como community for hosting us here. Our special thanks to the ambassador. May God crown all your endeavors with success. In your almighty name, Allah, we have prayed.
I think you have heard we have potential pastors. They need Thanksgiving. How much is this? 10 euros?
Our minister, anything can come in abundance. Anything is allowed. Thank you very much. DJ, you can give us the 2 days there is time. If there is no time, you can send it to their WhatsApp. I go back to collect this
No,